Hey guys, Mr. B here. Today I'm going to teach you how to replace a tile the right way. So in this job we had a problem with the different die locks. Some tiles were darker than the rest and we're in need to replace them. Yes, pain in the butt, right? But we have to do it. Here are the tools you're going to need for tear out. The chipping hammer is optional, but it'll for sure make your life easier. Once you're done with the tear out, you're also going to need some buckets, a mixing tool, a grout float, and a sponge. And don't forget, you need protection. The first thing we have to worry about is not damaging any of the tiles that are not supposed to come up, so our job doesn't get any larger. How do we do that? We break the bond in between tiles. The only thing connecting the tiles right now is the grout, so we have to grind it out. In case you're only doing a small reparation like one tile, you can do it by hand with a knife. You also have to worry about the dust. There's a bunch of dust going everywhere. How do you contain that? You get a vacuum and you put it right next to the disc that's shooting out a million particles of dust. You're not going to catch everything, but you're at least going to contain maybe 50% of it. Be super careful, keep a steady hand. In this case, you can see we're done with the grinding, so now it's time to start the hammering. To start the actual demo process, there's two ways to do it. You can start in the middle of the joint if you're replacing more than one tile, but if you're only replacing one tile, make sure you start in the middle. Start tapping with the hammer. Sometimes it helps with the hammer, or if you don't get any results, then use the chisel. Once you gain access, you can see me go. It's just boom, boom. A ver, quiero oír ruido. Ruido. Okay, we're done with the tile, but now we're left behind with this ugly thin set, the worst part. You gotta remove all this thin set down to the subfloor. I hate this part. The first thing we're gonna need is a scraper, 4-inch scraper with a fresh blade. Let's see if that does the job. It was all going pretty good until you find the hard spots. Yes, there are some parts that you just can't do it with the scraper, so guess what? You gotta pull out the monster. Chipping hammer with a 7-inch blade. Yes, no thin set's gonna stand in your way with this guy. When you're using the chipping hammer, make sure you don't get too close to the edges. For that, you will need again the 4-inch scraper and perhaps your hammer in a small 5-in-1, 20-in-1, whatever these things are called, 1001 little tools. One thing I like to do is having my cuts ready for whenever I mix my thin set. I don't want to waste any time and let my thin set dry while I'm making any more cuts. So dry fit all your cuts before you even mix any thin set. A ver, quiero oír ruido. Sponging the floor is very important before you lay the floor. You want to get rid of all the little dust particles that were lingering around that may prevent your new tile to stick to the subfloor. So you do it like this. Alright, for this particular installation we're using the 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch trowel with a small margin trowel. Let's go!
A ver, quiero oír ruido. Ruido.
So once your floor is ready for grout, make sure you clean the joints with a knife, get rid of all the things that may have oozed through the joint, and then mix your grout. Start by putting water in the bucket and then adding a little bit of grout at a time until you get the right consistency. Make sure you follow the directions that are on the bag for whatever grout you're using, or if you're using pre-mixed thinset, make sure you follow those directions.
A ver, quiero oír ruido. Ruido. Le doy una rola al primer disco. Chinga.
I'm not sure if everybody does this, but make sure you blend in your new grout with the old grout. This will just look better by the time the grout dries. It won't be a sudden change because you know from one batch of grout to the next, it can vary in color. So if you try to do this, it'll at least be gradual. Alright guys, well we're done for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, you subscribe, and let me know if you want any more videos and tutorials. Bye.